always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot, woot. Hi, everyone. This is Julie from Patchworks, and I am super excited that you're joining us for another Must Sew TV Thursday night. We are here at Patchworks. We've moved things around a little bit since we were a little dark last week. So we have Tammy on the keyboard, Frank behind the cameras, and I hope to have a great show for you tonight. Let us know if you have any questions along the way. We'd be more than happy to answer them. So tonight we are going to be talking about my favorite color is Moda. So what is that? That is that really fun sampler quilt that we've been working on throughout the year. And yes, we still have patterns available in store. We had been providing the 6 different solid quilts along the way. And today is block 20. If you've been following along on Moda's social media, they repurposed block 20 as a standalone block since this one's a big one. So let me show you what we did with it. So they did it up as my favorite wreath is Moda. Isn't this cool? So it's a 27-inch block, and Tammy's going to share the link with you so that you can make this at home too. It takes 6 fat quarters, and if you wanted to bind it, go ahead and get a quarter of binding and a yard for backing. So you know, like all the fabric. Let's take a peek overhead and look at how we'd put this together. So we have a little board here for you, and we're making half square triangles. You'll have, I won't just say this size and that size, I'm actually going to look at the pattern here. So the pattern is like this, and so you'll be able to download that. And it is 4-inch squares that you're going to start with for these, and then for the large triangles you're going to start with 7-inch squares. You're going to pair the squares together, right sides together, and we just have them stacked like that so that you can see that there's 2 fabrics together. You're going to use your half square or your quick quarter ruler. You're going to draw your lines, stitch your lines, and cut apart. Press it, and then you'll trim it to size. So you're going to be trimming to 3.5 and 6.5. You'll then be making a few different units. So you're going to be making this 4 different times. So here you have this look as the V. Okay, and then you have a 4 patch, and then you'll put it together. So I'm going to show you here. Okay. This particular part of the block that we worked on, you're just going to rotate 90 degrees for each quadrant. And then you put it together with an ample 3.5-inch, cut 3.5 by 12.5-inch sashing. What we did here is that we used the rotary ruler to fussy cut so that we could really line up that dotted gingham in there. And I'm just going to pull that ruler over so that you can see what I mean. So the rotary rule is one of the rulers that we have here. And so it's really cool that it's a 3.5 inches. And so it measures down to 3. But what we did when we laid it on top is that we just made sure at the 1 3/4 mark that we lined up this, and then we're able to cut on either side. So that worked out really, really well. So here, Frank has a couple different versions that he's going to show us of this block. And so Frank, I'll have you show us the different colors. We have here the Sweetwater version. That's really pretty. And you can see how the green is forming that wreath. That is Starflower Christmas. So we have that fabric in stock here. Also, we can see Moda's versions where they did, oh, this one's so pretty. They're all really pretty. This is the Deb Strain Home Sweet Holiday. And then we also have one more, I think. And this is the Hustle and Bustle. I'm not sure if we have all of these fabrics in stock, but you could clearly get something super pretty. I like how that one has the different, it's just beautiful. So you're able to take this 27-inch block and make something out of it, finish it up as a table topper. The other thing too that I like to do with these, if we remember back in month 1, we had taken that first block that we did and we had finished it out as a quilt. So now you can't be sad because I don't have any more of this fabric, so I know I'm like going to make people sad, but maybe you bought this and you just haven't made it yet. So this is something super quick that we did with the block 1. Probably too big for you to see it, but see how ample this is? So the center square, we even put a panel in the center, and then we framed it off where we put a border all the way around it, and then we put a piano key on the top and the bottom. So that is something that you can think about, how versatile these pattern blocks are, that even if you haven't made the sampler, or maybe you have made the sampler already, you can use these patterns for different projects. Super cool. I could also see this block 20. If you had made it, you could just make this as a giant block and sash this and turn it into a bed quilt. That'd be cool too. If you made it 12 sets, that would be a really nice bed quilt for a 3x4 setting. Any questions on this particular block?
I don't have any questions.
Frank, before we move on, I'm going to have you show us for the quilt where block 20 goes. So you can see that block 20 fits in the lower left-hand corner of this quilt. Later on in this program, we will be looking at the show and tell of not only some of the people that have been making the My Favorite Color is Moda. We're going to refresh from some of the full quilts that I have, and then also look at some other projects. All right. So now what we're going to talk about is, well, I think we have to talk about this quilt that's behind me. I know that it's not Moda, but it's really cool. And we just whipped it up. If it looks familiar to you, well, it is the I Love Snow-Me's fabric combined with some Lisa Bonjean flannel. Isn't that cool how this cocoa brown just blends beautifully? And this is the same pattern that we shared with you for the Home Sweet Holiday panel kit. So 12 fat quarters, a little bit of yardage for our borders, and a panel. So we do have all of this fabric available separately, but we have this kit available as well that we just put together, and it is $79.99. We have a limited number of kits. It does come with the pattern, and it is super cool. So let's take a peek, because we presented how to make this star block in our Moda presentation, but let's just take a peek and see how this star block goes together. So here, of course, it's different fabric, but you can see that the star block is very, very simple with some connector style points that has a fabric in the center. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, we have some rectangles with squares on top, and it is a free and downloadable pattern with different fabric on it. It is 3.5 by 2.5 there. So it's a 3.5 by 2.5 inch rectangle with a 2.5 inch square on it. You're going to use your quick quarter ruler, and you're going to position, and instead of drawing side to side, you draw down the center, okay? And then you're going to stitch on the center. You're going to trim off, press back. And the key to this is making sure that you have a left and a right to make sure that you get this nice star point. I also like that you have a little bit of space on there so that it's just a little bit different looking of a star point, okay? So you're going to make 4 sets of those for each block. If you wanted to, you could fussy cut something out of the center. Frank, let's look back at the quilt. So on the quilt, we didn't particularly fussy cut anything here, and then in our corners, we just used, cut a nice section out of this block pattern. Let me show you a little bit here what we did for the corner. So we just cut this, so it's not a particular panel square. It is just a nice motif from the all over pattern. And then you also have the 4 patches of half square triangles here. And that'd be very similar to the half square triangle that we made in block 20 of the quilt that we just showed you. And then we have some spacers. For the panel here, we just shortened him up because he was a longer piece. And for this panel, we only wanted something 27 inches. So we just shortened him up to be able to look at our cute little gnomies with a little bit of a frame on it. So if you wanted one of those kits, let us know. We'd be more than happy to set one aside for you. I believe we just have 12 kits. So Tammy, is that right? 12 kits? She's nodding her head yes. All right, so you can just let us know if you would like one. Okay, so today what we were thinking for our fun prizes, we've been doing trivia throughout the year, and we're going to change it up a little bit. And one of the things that I would like to do is, I just know a lot of you have been participating and playing along with us. So what we're going to do is you're going to get one entry tonight to win. Oh, this is an exciting prize. It is a Moda mouse pad that has a calculator on the side, and then you have this nice mouse pad. So it's really, really nice. So all I need you to do is to comment along in the program. So any comment that you make gets you in the drawing. I know Tammy's going to love me for that one because she does all the transcribing for drawing the names, but that's going to be super fun. And make sure to get to post a comment by 5 p.m. tomorrow, and we'll make sure to include you in the drawing for the Moda mouse pad. Super cool. She's given me the look. All right, so that's what's fun being over on this side instead of on that side. No, so, all right, so what else can I show you today? Well, I want to show you, oh, you know what? I totally skipped over and didn't tell you that with this super cool block that we made, guess what? I have a fabric kit put together for you. What? I know, it's so awesome. So let me show you what that is. And so we called it My Favorite Wreath is Moda mini pack. So it's 6 fat quarters and it looks just like this. We have a few of them on our website listed, but we can make more. We can make a total of 12, okay? So what I need you to do is that if you want one of these, let us know because we have a limited number we can make, so just let us know. And let's take a peek at the fabrics because they are so good, all right? So Frank, let's look overhead. Ooh, so it's a combination of the Me and My Sister Merry and Bright design and combined with the Holiday Essential Christmas from Stacy Ishu. So really, really nice. It would pair gorgeously with one of the stripes. And I'm just going to pull the stripe while we're looking here so that you can see what binding would be absolutely fabulous with it. We just didn't have a time to finish that binding it, so I just have to share it with you. We have a really great selection of Christmas fabric right now, and we got a lot of it later in the year, which is perfect for quilters like me, because if you're like me, you're just first starting your Christmas sewing now, right? So we have you covered. And look at this. Wouldn't this be a fabulous binding? Oh, it's so yummy. Okay, so this is not part of the 6-pack, but you can have that on there. So the 6-pack is $22.49, and it is all Moda fabric. So cool. So that is called the My Favorite Wreath is Moda mini pack. Talking about mini packs. Oh, there's a question about the quilt.
Cindy wanted to know what would be a good backing for this.
Ooh, what would be a good backing for this quilt? Okay, well, I'm going to show you a backing, and then only a couple of you are going to be able to get it, right? So, Tammy, can you just quick reference, find that pattern back there so that we can know exactly how much? And I'm going to quick go grab, I'll keep talking to you. And you just look at this gorgeous quilt, okay? So, and look at it, isn't it pretty? And it's so simple to make. So we have a couple gnome themed fabrics here that we do have plenty of yardage on. Oh, and then I have one, oh my goodness, one of you could be, maybe one of you, I'm not sure. I think one of you could get something more. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I need to stop speaking in half sentences. I need to talk in complete sentences. Frank always tells me that. Julie, talk in full sentences. So, can you see it there, Tammy? Do you want to pass it over here? Okay, so what I was going to say first is that one of you, maybe, let's measure it. Oh, not quite. So there is this much left of the border panel, which is super cool. So you just might need to get it. Probably about 1.5 yards, okay? So they're not quite enough to put anything over there. So it does finish to 51 by 56. You absolutely could put a border on it to make it bigger. As it stands, you would want, if it's 51 by 56, 1 2/3 times 2 is 3 1/3, or just 10 yards. So 3 1/3 would be great for your backing. This here, you also might want to keep in mind if you're working directionally. Okay, so now we're going to do high math here while we're talking. So 56 plus 8 is 64. 64 times 2 is 136. So like 85 yards. Probably 4 yards would be ample because that's 72. So 4 yards if you're going a vertical seam. Might be able to get away with a little bit less. So 10 yards of everything. But this guy here, this would be super cute for your backing. Look at him. Oh, I have him upside down. Do I have him upside down? Yeah. Look at him. He's so cute. And then we do have, and then there would be enough for one person to be able to get this one. You could do a combination of something crazy where you use that last bit. So if anybody needs this 1.5 yards of border, let Tammy know. She'll set it aside for you. You'll have 24 hours. And then we do have some browns as well. We also have extra panels if you wanted to do something crazy with the panels or make extra pillows. So, and it's so, so soft. Did that answer your question? Probably in more than one way. Okay, so 4 yards for a vertical seam, 3 1/2 we'll say for a horizontal seam. 10 yards will have you covered.
Okay, so now I have another question about the block.
Yes, another question about the block. What?
Can fat eighths, Carol wants to know if fat eighths can be used for the block.
So Carol wants to know if fat eighths can be used for the block, and that is a very good question that I will have the answer for by Moda Club next week. So I know that's not the answer that you wanted. And my guess is yes, but you might have to, let's just look here at the block. So this is a 3.5 by 12.5. So, you know, sometimes with our fat eighths, we do things that we make things a little scrappy. So like if you had one fabric be one direction and one fabric be the other direction. And then the other thing that I'm concerned about is this background here. Okay, so the background you're going to need, you need 2 7-inch squares and 8 3.5-inch squares, maybe more than that. So this background and this one here are the ones that I'm worried about for fat eighths. Otherwise, absolutely. So, qualified yes, Carol. How is that for an answer? Okay. Next up, we are going to talk about some other fun 6-packs that we put together because, well, we just need fun 6-packs. So over the, I think it was Friday or Saturday, we were playing with some fabric and I just said, Heidi, we need to cut up some fabric. And she's like, all right, Julie, let's cut up fabric. So we made some theme fat quarter packs because, you know, sometimes somebody comes in and they're like, oh, I'm looking for some fabric because I love knitting. Okay, so look at this one here. So this is called the Knitting Sheep. I should have come up with like a fancier name for this, like, I don't know, I don't know. Frank, let's look overhead at the fabric. So we have these super cute knitting sheep there. There's this fun border print that comes along with this. It cuts up really nice, and if you're making a small project like a little bag, little zipper bag, that could be super cute in there. Of course, we have all of these on the bolt as well. Aren't these cute? So Timeless Treasures has this whole line of these knitting sheep, and this is the 2021 additions to that. Super cute. You can make a small little project with that. So that is that one right there. That is called the Knitting Sheep Fat Quarter Mini Pack. Then we have gnomes for all seasons. I keep on telling you, like, we have a whole gnome section. So I pulled 6 of my favorite small gnomes, and we have a little set here. So we have this guy. Oh, and we only have a little bit left of this. So Tammy's going to get me that piece because we have like less than a half yard left on the bolt. So if anybody needs that, I'll set it aside for you. Tammy has no idea what we're talking about. So we have, let me show you here, these gorgeous gnomes. The calendar gnomes. There's a piece here that Lisa was setting aside for you.
For me?
No, not for, so there's shy of a half yard. So if you needed a little bit more of that and wanted us to save that scrap for you, let me know. Okay? So look at these St. Patrick's Day gnomes are super cute. So 6 gnomes, and this is gnomes for all seasons. We have a whole selection of Grinchy things. We have some fun panels and fabrics. And, you know, sometimes you're looking for just a small project, or you have a friend who just collects Grinchy stuff. So we have some Grinchy fat quarters here, all put together. Ooh. Look at that one, naughty or nice. Super cute. And we have a little doggy there. What's the dog's name? Who knows the dog's name? It is not Rascal. Frank said it's Rascal. It is not Rascal. All right, so look at this. Super cute. Love this. 12 Days of Grinchmas. Okay, so that is that fun pack. And then the last pack that we put together, that's a little 6-pack, is for all of you book lovers. So I think online I called it the Bibliophile Fat Quarter Stack, just because I wanted to sound like all, I don't know, since it was about books. And so using big words. Big words are sometimes fun. So we have 6 really cool book pieces. Max is the dog from the Grinches. So this is Max the dog. Thank you to whoever said Max, or to all of you who said Max. All right, so let's take a peek at the book fabrics here, the 6 pieces that we put together. And this is from a combination of manufacturers and fabric lines. So we have some text here, we have some books, and I could see a book bag being made here, book covers, bookshelf here. So these are a combination of literature and quilting. Love it. Love it. Oh, look, there's Alice in Wonderland there. That's probably supposed to be like the Great Gatsby, I think. Maybe Sherlock Holmes. Okay, so this one is super cool and is available. So we just put these variety packs together, not necessarily to make a quilt with them, but just so that you could have like a stash builder pack to have a theme. So let me know if you like these theme packs together. So those are the packs that we put together. We have a little bit of other fabric that came in, and then I'm going to tell you all about how we can find out more information about our clubs for 2022. But let's take a look at some fun fabric that came in. So this is a line called Calendar Girls, and it's from Free Spirit. There are some really cool panels. Oh, here is that piece of gnome. Did Patty claim that? Did I see that Patty claimed it? So
Patty wants all of the gnome fabric.
okay, so Patty, let me know, did you mean that you wanted this, or do you need the 6 fat quarter pack? So let us know, and I'm giving this to Tammy to hold on to for you. All right, good catch, Tammy. Uh-oh. So, Calendar Girls. So I don't know why, but like this year, I'm just completely excited about all sorts of seasonal, like all year kind of things, because, well, I think from multiple manufacturers, I just have been getting in like all the seasonal stuff, which is fun. I really love it. So here for Calendar Girls, it's a Spirit to Create, and Anna Keenan Higgins is the designer. So we have spring, summer. So this particular panel is split into 2 panels. You have 6 months on one panel and 6 months on the other panel. Okay, look at this. Isn't this sweet and fun? So we're going to make up fun stuff along the year. And this is our spring and summer. Say that 12 times fast. And then we have the fall and winter. Oh, look at them. Look at this. This might be my favorite one here. But then I also like this one. So look at that St. Patrick's Day month. Oh, that March. It's so cool. I love it. Okay, so, oh, and then the Halloween one. Oh, That one's my favorite. No, that one's my favorite. Okay, and then we have the small blocks. Okay, so you had the big blocks. Now we're gonna have the small blocks. And guess what? It's the same motif. It's really exciting, okay? And then Frank's really excited. Frank should be showing you. Frank loves panels, in case if you didn't know it. Look at this. So we have, and here, so not only do you have the 12, but you also then have 3 coordinating fabric squares on the side. Okay, very exciting. And then we have some coordinating fabrics to go along with it. So each of the panels are $8.99. And then we have, let's look overhead, Frank. We have some coordinating fabrics. So these are the same ladies, just scaled differently. And then there's like time flies when you're having fun, seize the day, hello sunshine. Let's see, then you have lady over here. Super cool. Oh, and then this one. So this has all of the different months in it. So you have June, November, March. So you have all the different months there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a whole bunch of coordinates. Okay. So not your typical seasonal fabric. I don't think I'm going to be able to stack them all on top here. Who knows how high I can make the tower. And then, like I said, that the one with the winter, look at that. Super cute, really tiny scale. So I love, love, love that. All right, so this is Calendar Girls. It's a free spirit fabric collection. And you have the blocks in 2 different sizes and a bunch of coordinates. It's available in store and online. So we're going to have a different monthly project every single month. What do you think? Between all of the different seasonal fabrics that I brought in. I know Frank's probably way in agreement about that. So we have different banners that we're getting in. And, oh, my goodness, super exciting. Because he loves the panels. So that's the last one there. Before we hop onto the clubs, are there any other questions?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I answered everyone's questions.
We are going to do some show and tell in a little bit. Is that okay? Frank wants to make sure he doesn't miss his cue. So thank you, Frank, for making sure. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to show you where you can find out a little bit more about our club. So I just hopped right onto our website here. And if you can see here on clubs, and if you haven't been here in the past, 12 hours, there's a few other things. And I've gotten a lot of, I know of my little video the other day, maybe it was a little all over the place because I'm just so excited about all the fun stuff that we have going on. So let's just talk ever so briefly about that. Of course, you can always come in and sign up in store or on the phone. Always, always, always. But I know that there's a few of you that want to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not here at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, usually. Sometimes Frank is, but he doesn't answer the phone. No. So on our clubs tab here, each of them, if you click on that, would give you a little bit of information. And you can see here the price. You're like, oh, it's only $39.99. I didn't know it was that inexpensive. So here what we're doing is that we give you the price per month, okay, for a monthly pay, because this is super exciting. As of yesterday, we have subscriptions set up on our website. So that means right on the website, you can sign up, click to cart, and either you can choose to pick up in store or send to your location, and it will hit your credit card once a month. But if you wanted to pay in full, and we love it when you want to pay in full, you save a little bit of money, and you can see here the savings. So your total for, let's say, the Aurafill Club is $399.99. So that means it's $33.33 a delivery. And you're able to add to cart and check out. Okay? So for all of our clubs, there is a monthly shipping on there, okay? Especially as all the shipping fees goes up. I can't send everything away at no cost. If you had wanted to, so we're going to be doing for the Color Builders 2022, that is the variegated and the 50 weight, okay? So that has the 2 variegateds, 1 solid. But if you wanted to do the 40 weight that we've been doing this year, or the first year that was just the solids in the 50 weight, we can still get those boxes for you. We would just be using the club materials that is being presented in 2022. So no matter which style you sign up for, you'll get the Flora club materials as provided by Aurafill. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look to see what else we have. So we have the Free Spirit Club, and the Free Spirit Club is going to be expanding on our We Heart Tula Club. So we are going to have it in the fat eighth or fat quarter, half yard or yard. I just put the 2 fat eighth and fat quarter up on the website right at this instant. So this is just a sampling here of, this is some Tim Holtz, this is some Tula, this is some Kaif. Just a sampling of the different designers that we'll be sharing for you. So in Free Spirit Club, similar to how we've been working our Moda Club, is that we'll be presenting different designers for you. So every month you'll be able to choose different fabric pack from a small selection of fabrics available and choose your custom pack. And then we'll have a project for you that will be a small project as well as a large project. We'll be focusing on 12 pack quilts and projects this year. So like the gnome quilt that's behind me, that's based on 12 fat quarters, okay? So 12 pack, you might need to add a little bit to it, but it's based on 12. Make sense? Okay. Once again, on each of these subscriptions, you're able to do a monthly pay, which would be $24.99 plus shipping, or annual pay, which would be $239.90, and then that would bump your monthly price down to $19.99. Okay? You will be getting, with each manufacturer club, you'd be getting your fabric pack, your club materials, and then you get that really nice fabric discount all year long, whether you're shopping online or in store. So that is a great, great benefit. Our clubs run calendar year, so January through December. If you're in any of the manufacturer clubs, you do still get the discount through the end of the calendar year. Next up, our Moda University. We are going to be jumping from the 8-pack to a 12-pack in both the fat eighths and fat quarters for this calendar year. But once again, every month you'll be getting your choice of a fabric pack, and then you'll get the club materials that include the block pattern that we'll make a small pillow with, make a table runner with it as well, or the full-size quilt. We'll be sharing things between the traditional to the contemporary, everything in between, as well as presenting some of your familiar basics along the way. Giving you the option of a monthly pay or an annual pay. And then you can just add to cart. We have some additional options listed here that you might say, oh, what's going on? So the block Bonanza, I shared this ever so briefly. So this is a sampler quilt that's going to actually be replacing this quilt. My favorite color is Moda. We're going to have a 4-purchase sampler, and this is a 6.5-inch or 6-inch finished block, which is a little bit more traditional. We will offer some kits based on your input. This program will start in February. All you need is a pattern to participate, so you don't need to buy a fabric kit. You don't need to belong to anything else to participate. And we just know that from a sampler perspective, we had heard from some of our longtime quilters that you were looking for something just a little bit more traditional. And so we hope this hits the spot with the different blocks that we have along the way. And so we'll be presenting this block Bonanza. The butterfly quilt. This is the Tula Pink sampler that is going to be it's a pattern that's a revision of a pattern that had been released several years ago. This pattern is going to be available in store later in December. Once again, you can buy a kit, which we don't have the pricing up there quite yet, but if you wanted a kit, just let us know. But you can simply buy the pattern and play along with us, okay? So we know a lot of you have been collecting a lot of Tula along the way. I know that some of you have been waiting since summer, since you knew the re-release was going to be happening, and have been collecting and curating. So we wanted to make sure we were not prohibiting you from participating. So all you need is the pattern. And of course, if you wanted a kit to be just like the cover, we'll happily oblige you for that. All right. Another sampler is Toes in the Sand. And Toes in the Sand is one we've been talking about a lot. It's available as both the book or as the program. And so the program, month 1 we have listed as $44.94. And you're like, oh my goodness, $44.94 for every month? No. That is, it is the registration plus your first month's fabric. So it offsets so that your book is charged up front first, okay? So if you wanted to opt for an annual pay, that is $199.99. So I hope that gives you a little bit more information about what our offerings. The Zootropolis quilt that we have hanging in the foyer, we still have kits and are going to be supporting it through March of 2022. So if you were starting to collect blocks or first wanted to hop on, make sure you start collecting them, and the quilt will be hanging through March of 2022. So I have thrown a ton of information at you, and I'm sure Tammy has maybe a bazillion questions. So are there any questions, Tammy?
I actually don't have any.
Oh, no questions. So I'm hoping that that information provided you with a little bit of more clarification. Of course, I'd be more than happy to answer questions. Email me, message me, call me, ask questions in the comments. And now I wanted to share.
Oh, I do have a question.
Yes.
So Flo said the Toes in the Sand registration fee has changed.
So Flo, this is because of the discussion that we had offline, saying that it was a challenge because you want to make sure that you got your book and blah, 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 blah. And so in the subscription system that we have already set up, I was able to combine them and then change the fee. So you haven't received your subscription part yet. So you're going to get a subscription for just the $19.99 a month, and you'll get 12 installments of $19.99. So you're all taken care of as soon as you are able to get that subscription link to hook up. So you are good, and thank you. I didn't mean to scare you at all. Okay. All right. So Saturday, we are going to be having a couple demos in the store. So we have, Karen's been working on a fun cosmetic bag. Lisa's going to be sharing some applique tricks that she had made with her Zootropolis and had turned into Polly the Penguin. We'll have step outs for our fun Snow Me quilt, and we'll also have step out of our super fun My Favorite Wreath is Moda, and we'll have this pattern available for pickup as well. On Saturday, you can also come in and get your reward cards that you have been anxiously awaiting along the way. We have been distributing them, and I just wanted to let you know that you can come and pick them up on Saturday as well. If you're not able to make it on Saturday, don't worry, there's more opportunity. I just wanted to let you know that you definitely can come in and grab that. And for everyone that comes on Saturday, we will also be having a fun little drawing as well. So just for coming in and checking stuff out. We're going to take a peek at some of the show and tell that you have and so some of these we've seen before, but it's time to just take a recap of our My Favorite Colors Moda, and then we're going to take a look at some other fun show and tell to see what you have all been up to. So first up, we are going to take a peek at, oh, this is so pretty. This is Bobby Wolf. She has finished up her grunge with pink and gray. That's My Favorite Colors Moda. Sue Cadets, she wanted to extend her My Favorite Colors Moda, and so she put piano keys on the side. And I know we talked about it, I think they were 12 or 15 inches. I had first said 10 inches, but they're bigger than 10 inches, and this just makes it a really nice big quilt. Denise has her blue and gray and black. And Carol has a beautiful quilt here, and that is done in some scrappy Moda. I also have here from in a separate piece, Denise just shared it right at the very end, so I was able to sneak this guy in. She did a block 1 as a standalone table topper. So great job, Denise. And now let's see what else that you've been up to. So Sue, you have put together a super cool sports quilt here. Oh, that's so fun. And Anne, I love this ensemble that you put together. Oh, so cool. Brock is one lucky person. Our very own Tammy just finished up this super cute nativity scene. Very elegant. Did you do that on your embroidery machine? Mm-hmm. She did that on her embroidery machine. Melanie finished up a gnome panel quilt, which was super cool. Betsy was playing with her Aurifil thread, and she made some St. Nick stockings. And Patty loves her gnomes and made her gnome tree skirt. And I know her Christmas tree is all decorated up with her gnomes. So we have just one more thing that we're going to be sharing with you. For all of you that have hung out till the very end, we have some fun Christmas gifty things that we have just for a deal for our show tonight. So let me grab them so that we can talk about them. Very, very limited quantities. And what you'll want to do is that if you want it, you can just let us know, and we'll be taking them in the date stamp appearing. So, and then do you want to bring me the other ones of these? Okay. So we have one each of these different mugs. Okay, so I'll give you the regular price and then I will give you our special program price tonight. Ooh, so this one here, this one is really nice. It has the tape measure on the side. Should we look overhead, Frank? Is that maybe easier? Do we see it more? Which one's better? Okay, so I think we see it better here. So this really nice piece, it's super cool. Regular price $9.99 and the sale price, and this would be for if we had to ship any of these out, I would be afraid that they might break. So this would be in-store pickup here. So I apologize anybody who's watching from afar. Price is $6.99. One available. Next up, we have three left, or we have one each of these different in a stitch pieces. And this one is super cool. So it's Eat Sleep Quilt. And on the inside, you have this cute little heart, microwave and dishwasher safe. And I believe we have the regular price is $9.99 on this as well. So this would be another $6.99. So we have one available in this style. We have a second style that is cut once. And then the little stitches on the inside. Look at the detail on the handles. Oh, so cute. $6.99. And it's the Thimble Things in Life. Little heart there. Really nice detail. So really nice gift for your quilty friends or yourself. Make sure to comment. We will take them in order typed. You have 24 hours for payment, and otherwise we'd go to next in line. Next up, we have our really cool wine tumblers. So these are regularly priced $23.99, and they have a nice cup here. So they have an opening, so they aren't completely tip proof, but they are really nice for your sewing room. So our special price on this is $19.99. So delicious. We have one. For This Is How I Roll, we have two. Regular price is $23.99. Our tonight price is $19.99. Two more options. We have Wound Tight. I like this one. So it's nice blue. Two of them available, $19.99. And gorgeous orange one. We have two of them. Quilting is My Cardio. Regular price, $23.99. Tonight's price, $19.99. And we have one final mug, and that is our Size Matters. We have 7 of these available. This would be great for putting in some fat quarters for your friends or for yourself. Look at that. You could put a mini pack in there. Oh my goodness, that'd be amazing. So you could fit probably way more than 6 in there, but let's just put 6 in there. So this regular price is $8.99, and so your special price tonight, $5.99. What? 7 available. You want to make sure to claim yours. And once again, these are for in-store pickups. If we shipped it, we'd have to charge you like $15 to ship it. Okay, per mug. So, how was that? Was that fun? Was that fun and exciting? Yes, fun and exciting. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 more fun prizes. So I didn't actually, so we're going to have for our show and tell, we're going to draw 2 from the show and tell. I didn't pull names for tonight, so I'll do that on Saturday. Okay, so make sure, you always want to make sure to put some show and tell in, either by joining our Patchworks party group or by sending them to either myself or one of our staff members. We have 2 prizes. We have this really cool Moda sewing machine pin, and then we have 101 tips and tricks pocket guide, which is full of all sorts of amazing information, including like a quilt calculating on borders and backs and that sort of thing. Okay, so I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Are there any questions before we sign off?
No.
Well, thank you so very much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you this weekend. And as always, happy quilting, and we'll see you soon.